Welcome to CBC News. Tonight's program will feature a special edition on Shakespeare's Gone Wrong. We will be exploring the life of Macbeth in a striking ways, a young man from Scotland being influenced immensely by his beloved wife and doing acts of horror. Now I'm going to send you to the scene of the crime.
Hi there, I'm Lady Macbeth.
Tell us about Macbeth and what influenced you to influence him to convey this murder.
To be honest, I have a lot of regret. It was all in the moment. Reflecting back on it now, I feel like I'm the cause of his insanity. When I gave him the idea, I was completely kidding around. I didn't think he would actually go and do the deed of murder. The man is insane. I don't even know him anymore. I wanted him to be the king. He wanted to be the king. People say I persuaded him into doing it, but I really didn't. His insanity led him to kill King Duncan. I am therefore not guilty. Macbeth is.
Very interesting. I didn't know Macbeth was like this, and I'm sure our viewers didn't either. Always saw Macbeth as a kind-hearted person that would never go as far as murdering someone.
I know the man wanted to be king, and I wanted to be queen, but it's very unfortunate that he had to go this far to get something he wanted. That's what I call insane. I wish I was married to the sweet 16-year-old boy I met in high school.
What symptoms and occurrences created you to realize Macbeth was turning insane?
The first moment I realized Macbeth was turning insane was when I hosted a wonderful dinner party. He came into the party acting awfully strange, and I knew something was odd. This was right before he killed Banquo. He killed Banquo with no persuasion. He planned it all by himself. At the dinner, Macbeth was making a complete fool out of himself, and I knew something was on his mind. Did he have to do this at my perfectly planned dinner? He's insane, I tell you. Insane.
So he killed 2 people?
Yeah, and then he planned on killing Fleance. He has become an animal, a complete savage. I'm embarrassed to know him. What if he kills me?
What were things like at home?
He kept me up every single night. He'd be tossing and turning and sitting up in the bed. He would have nightmares every single night, and I knew that they were regarding his murders. He literally was turning into a complete psychopath.
What else occurred through this period of time?
Another incident was when Macbeth started hallucinating. He kept screaming and visualizing a dagger chasing him with blood on the blaze. He envisioned the weapon because of the murderers he was about to convey, and that the killing that lies ahead. The paranoia was getting towards him. He was seeing things that weren't even there. I was furious. I told him to go wash his hands and to forget about the dagger. He refused and was certain that the blood would never come off his hands. He's mentally scarred and completely crazy.
Thank you so much for your segment, Lady Macbeth. Now I'm going to send you to a psychiatrist, Melanie Fishbane.
As a behavioral psychiatrist, I have personally dealt with many patients pertaining to guilty behaviors. Over the past few months, I have been studying Macbeth's actions extremely closely. I have spoken with many people close to Macbeth, including his wife. I have been examining his every move since the tragic murder of King Duncan to present day. To me, all of his actions have proved his insanity. However, I am here today to analyze them for you. Allegedly, Lady Macbeth stated that she was the initiating factor of the first murder of King Duncan. This may be true, however, one who thinks of killing and one who does kill are equally as insane. Just because Lady Macbeth was the alleged driving force of the murder of King Duncan does not mean that Macbeth was not crazy to commit a murder himself. This happens often, in fact, with murder cases. Often the driving force would not actually commit the crime. In this case, Macbeth's insane actions started with the murder of King Duncan. Macbeth's power-hungry ways have ultimately led him to commit murders and become clinically insane. What started as an ambition to be king has left him responsible for his actions. Everyone has ambition to become something bigger and better, but to take ambition to this extent proves Macbeth's level of insanity. In Lady Macbeth's interview, she talks about the first instant she realized Macbeth's insanity. She was hosting a dinner party and she realized something was up. This happened at the same time Macbeth was plotting his scheme to kill Banquo and Fleance. He arrived in a sweat and was on edge throughout the whole dinner. These symptoms are often known as guilty behaviors. At this point, there was no influence from Lady Macbeth. He had plotted these murders all by himself. The fact that he killed not only one man and went on to attempt to kill 2 more shows that this is not just a random occurrence. This is who Macbeth has become. The lack of sleep is another symbol of a guilty conscience. The fact that Macbeth was up all night tossing and turning shows that he was nervous because of his actions. But his lack of sleep did not stop him from committing more crimes. He continued to go on and kill Macduff's family. At this point, Macbeth's insanity took over and he was unable to control himself. Hallucinations are the most common symbol of all guilty behaviors. Hallucinating a dagger is very interesting. He could not stop thinking about the murders because he felt guilty. Hallucinations is the main form of proof we have that Macbeth really is insane. The fact that he said, "The blood will never come off my hands," means that he knew that these murders will never leave him. It is good that Macbeth is able to acknowledge his crime. However, that does not make him less guilty or insane. I am Dr. Melanie Fishbane. Thank you for listening to my segment.
Thank you for watching today's segment, Shakespeare Gone Wrong. Hopefully you are now well informed on the danger of Macbeth. See you next time.